Hi! So basically, I'm a baddie, as we all know. I don't think that's news to anyone. Like, that's not really a shocker to most of us. But what is a shocker to most of us who probably aren't aware of this is that I actually am right about everything. And so, the people who follow me on my second account on TikTok love to ask me for my opinions on things because my opinion is always the correct one. So people find it valuable just asking me, like, just so they can, like, make sure that, like, they're correct about an instance or, like, a problem or something that they're doing, like, or something that they just want to know about. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that it would be a great idea to literally just make a post once and for all telling you guys to ask me for my opinions on things so that I can provide you guys with all of the charity and all of the community service hours that I owe the courtroom after I got arrested for running over my roommate's grandma. I'm just gonna literally scroll through the comments section of my second account on TikTok and I'm just gonna fucking just read them off basically. First of all, everyone keeps saying that I look like other people. Can I be Cameron? Can you just like give me that? Can I just like not be Michael Jackson or Jay Versace? I get that I look like Madison Beer and Rihanna, and occasionally from some angles some might say that I do look like Beyonce, but I would like to just be an individual. What do you think about people with eczema? I think that people with eczema are in fact kind of like at sort of an advantage above like all the rest of us who don't have eczema, because I feel like they're the type of people who, like, you know, in video games where like you can buy like certain power-ups or something, like they're the kinds of people who do that kind of just like pay to like have an advantage. Like I do think that that's like a little bit unfair to like for eczema, because eczema does help you with your SAT scores, and so like when you don't have that or like when you didn't even like think to like get that, it can feel a little bit unfair. What is your opinion on the Buddhist community? I think that the Buddhist community is a really good community. I think that is a really good place to live. I think that the location in Kansas is a little bit weird because like I kind of do really like California, but if it was like a little bit like closer, I would definitely go and visit. When are you gonna be identifying as black? So for a lot of people who don't know, I actually am black today, but sometimes I do actually change races. It's out of my control and a lot of people don't really understand it, but it is something that happens, and so it's just like something that I've like always told my supporters and the people who love me and like new friends and stuff. I always just like tell them to just like be prepared, because one day I might be white and then like the other day when I was black I might have said the N-word while singing a song or something. So then while I'm white I can be canceled for saying something that I said while I was black. So we all just have to definitely be cognizant of that. Someone called me the CEO of talking. You know how when your parents yell at you, you just kind of like, they always come up with these like new phrases, like every few months it's like a new thing that they love to like call you or tell you. Well, my mom's thing this month is get a tape recorder, because you love to talk so much, like you won't even let anyone else speak, you just love to talk. Get a tape recorder. Are you going to be white tomorrow? I just did answer a question similar to something like this. I don't know when my race changes. It's sometimes just like, it's just like a matter of like when you wake up in the morning, but I can definitely tell, like I can do like deductive reasoning to maybe see like what the like trends are, like how often or like what the temperature maybe has to attribute to my race. We can do like a whole scientific study on it in another video if like you want. Actually, it's pronounced Parmesan. So for anyone who might be concerned, someone did ask me what my opinion on Israel versus Palestine was, and I basically told them that I'm not really into soccer, so like I feel like my opinion on it, if I had just like googled it or something, would have been totally like my supporters who are soccer fans who have been there since day one of the Israel versus Palestine rivalry. I do think that they would have been like upset at me if I like left out like a player's name, or like accidentally said like one player played this position but he was actually the goalie or something crazy or something like that. So I just chose to like back out of that one, and I just said that I don't know because I'm not really into sports like that. Opinion on Anne Frank. I think that Anne Frank's songs are really good. I think for some reason he keeps like doing hiatuses just to like stay mysterious. Can you do more of these? They're really helpful. Okay, so for what a lot of people might not know this about me, but I actually do run a business. So basically volunteers come to me on my website. You can go to my website right here actually, and they go to me on my website and they pay me a small fee of $1,000, and we end up sacrificing their bodies to Satan. And so it's like a really lucrative business. I'm like new in the human sacrifice underground, underworld, whatever you want to call it. So like, but it's become a really big business, and I'm getting so many more customers that like I'm probably gonna need help soon. So if you want to help me out with my human sacrifice business, or maybe we could like start like something, I don't know, like comment down below if you want to be a part of that. Thoughts on Doja Cat? I personally do not really like Doja Cat. I think that it does definitely sell like lots of cigarettes to underage children, so I don't really like go to that store. Opinions on cotton. I think that cotton is a very like soft fabric. I do definitely enjoy it the most when monkeys used to pick cotton. Now that like they have like machines for that, it just doesn't seem as raw and authentic. I can't like taste the oppression on my clothes anymore, so it kind of bothers me in that regard. But yeah, I think it's really soft. Opinions on lovely peaches. I don't really understand the health benefits of peaches, so I don't really know specifically how it can be good, but I think if they're lovely, then that means like someone did give them as like a gift, or maybe they might have like grown them with some sort of like extra like care, like they must have like taken very close measurements or precautions. So I definitely do think that lovely peaches might taste like better than normal peaches. Okay, this is a pretty loaded next one, so you guys are probably gonna need to brace yourselves. Opinions on straight people. So I definitely do think that straight people like are like people, like we should definitely like treat them like respectfully and nicely. Like they are still people. Just because they're the lower life form doesn't mean we have to rub it in our face that we're better than them. Opinions on having showers. Is it a trend? So I think that having a shower is not a bad thing. I don't understand how else you're supposed to clean yourself if you don't have a shower in your house. I mean, I guess like if a gym did have a shower, like that you could clean yourself at the one that they have, but I think that like it is becoming more and more popular to just like get your shower removed, like not having one. That is definitely a really big trend, so depending on like how many more people hop on it, I might like bandwagon. What's your opinion on yourself? Yourself is really pretty. He's kind of like a baddie. He's who all these other bitches aspire to be. I would definitely call him the pink print. I think he is the model, the mold, and the definite like person at the forefront of a lot of the movements that are happening today. Opinion on kids. I personally like to lock them in basements. So I personally do not think that like, I don't really personally, like to me, like if I'm gonna really speak from like the heart, like to really like be 100% with you, because I would never want to like do anything that would like lead you astray. I do definitely think that you should seek help. Opinion on Mattia and his slaves. I personally do not know who specifically Mattia is, but I do think that if he has slaves, then that's really like up to him, because like it is definitely legal, so I don't really understand like why you had to like throw in the slaves part as if it's not normal. Opinions on blackface. So I do blackface quite a lot. I do it as like sort of a thing of like expression, if you will. Sometimes when I'm like white, like sometimes my like the like thing that like is inside of me for some reason that like changes my race like every single day. Sometimes it does throw me a curveball and I'll be like white like 2 days in a row, and maybe on one of those days I did feel like being black. So in that instance I would do blackface, but in like some other other thing, like I don't think that that would be the route for me personally. Thoughts on Caitlin Bennett. So when I think about Caitlin Bennett, I mainly do think about feces because I don't really understand like what else I'm really supposed to think of. Like it's literally a porta potty business. Like I don't really understand. Like I have definitely like shitted on Caitlin Bennett's face, the face, because you know how like when you like with that specific brand, like it's like they have like a weird design. I don't feel like getting into it, but basically I do shit on her face a lot. So anyway, if you want to be a human sacrifice, you can go to my website right here and message me and tell me that you want to be a human sacrifice. And if you don't want to be a human sacrifice and you want to help me with my business as an employee for me, you can also go to my website and message me and say that you want to help out with the business. Yay! We're done. I'm gonna go hit my pen for hours on end and stare at the ceiling. Bye!